Rose Zwetsloot, coming out of the Netherlands, will be first in. She is the veteran at 25 years old.
Following Ruse is the American from Chandler, Arizona, Paige Hine.
Koko Yoshizawa coming out of Japan, the 16-year-old Olympic gold medalist. Looking a little stressed right there.
Getting her back, Yamika Oda, 18, but kind of a veteran in the street leagues.
Happens fast. And of course, Chloe Cavell. She won here last year. She's going to try to want to do that again. We'll see. A lot of competition out here. It is a really unique course. The look of it sets it off, but there's more to it than that.
Yeah, the look of it is obviously looks beautiful, but all the rails are pretty tall and pretty big. The kind of general consensus from all the skaters is it's been a touch difficult to figure out runs, but they have fun skating it, so that's good.
So we haven't seen too much from Rose the past couple of years. She did skate in Paris last year, missed the final by 1. So if she can bump it up a little bit this year, could make that top 6. See her skating tonight.
Nollie back lip into the bank is pretty sick.
Finishing with a fall there on her first run. But the top 3 skaters in each group move on to the final. So we've seen it before. You don't have to be perfect here, but you have to be good.
Yeah, you definitely don't have to win. The main goal is just to get through to the finals and then save your best stuff for that. But 3.2's probably not gonna cut it. Definitely want to have a little bit of a head start.
Paige Hine in for her first of 2 runs. And we've seen Paige a lot of times really lean heavily on the switch, front 50, the switch board, switch front board. So it'll be interesting to see where she goes on this course, going switch backside flip.
Switch backside flip on the hip. Very respectable, rare contest trick.
Because as you mentioned, these rails aren't small.
No, like that's not a long rail, but it's tall, and it's pretty hard to get comfortable going at it slow.
Paige going switch up the Euro gap to finish. Not quite falling, but not making it.
So the switch backside flip, flicking. Doesn't get it all the way around, but makes it happen.
.5 for Paige. Moving along to Koko Yoshizawa, 16-year-old. She placed 2nd last year in the Super Crown. Missed it by that much. So she has the tricks. It's all about consistency in the line section. There's an example of the opposite of that. First trick, bail.
Yeah, and that's just kind of a product of a tall, mellow handrail. Hard to overpower it.
Dropping down the Euro gap, shooting out of the back Smith. Tough start for Koko. Looking a little lost.
she looked a little nervous even on the intro, so just needs to get settled in a little bit, calm the nerves, get that first run out of the way.
So that run is going to be a throwaway. And once again, you can take one of your run scores, but you don't have to. So it's not the end of the world.
Still a lot of contests left.
Yumika Oda in for her first run.
Front crook the bump to ledge right out of the gate. Yeah, she's looking very comfortable.
Yumika got 5th place, making the final in Miami. So if she continues that here in Paris, she'll be a lock moving on to the Super Crown final.
Yeah, she rarely misses the finals, huh?
Switch, 1.5 flip to finish it.
I'd say that's after time. Flawless run.
Beautiful run.
Oh, look at that pinched front crook. Bump to front blunt. This missing the front truck on the kickflip back 50, but in the run, a little more leeway for air. 5.3, great score.
Final skater in Group 1, Chloe Cavell. This is her 4th year skating SLS, and she came out so strong and feels pretty unstoppable at this point. The only thing standing in her way of complete domination has been Rayssa. That was nice.
That was really nice. And I was going to say, starting your run with a kickflip means you're feeling pretty good about yourself.
Wow. A trick for every obstacle. So much variety also. Nice. Switch flip up the Euro.
One of the best switch flips in the game.
Oh, hitting that big kink rail. That was an incredible run. Giving everyone just a little glimpse of what you're going to see later from her, assuming she makes the finals, which she always does.
Yeah. I mean, based on that run, doesn't seem like she's going to have much of a problem.
So she's trying to repeat. She's trying to go back-to-back in Paris.
And look at that long front feeble all the way across the flat bar, and then skating, the only one so far to hit the big rail.
Who was she talking to when she landed that? 7.7, a massive score.
And that looked about 60% for her. Like she was just cruising through.
Back to the top of the order. Second runs. Group number 1 here in the women's knockout rounds. Rose Wetslow representing the Netherlands, along with Kate Oldenboving, who's here. Shout out Candy Jacobs, Dutch pioneer.
Legendary.
Strong scene in the Netherlands, always. Nice, nollie backside lip slide, landing in that little bank, following it up with the front blunt transfer. And she's out of time. Run number 2 for Rose. Trying to improve on a 3.2.
I know she fell on that flat bar trick, but everything else was really solid. Back heel, heel flip, that nollie back lip into the front blunt. Pretty strong run.
So an improvement, 3.9. She stays down in 4th place. She's got some work to do. Got to finish your group in the top 3 to move on to tonight's final. Paige Hine back in, starting with the cricket grind.
I like the tray flip, but going to the left of the Euro gap.
There we go. Another one. Switch backside flip. She turned it more this time. A little squirrely still, but such a hard trick.
Very hard trick.
Solid front 50. Coming back to this tall rail backboard. Switch rocket flip. So Paige in 3rd. Is that run enough to change her spot?
Pretty similar to her first run.
So the goal for Paige, if she doesn't move up, is going to be to fend off Rose and Coco. 4.6.
Point 1. Maybe just the more turn on the switch backside flip.
So Coco's first run was a total write-off. Let's see if she can pull it together here.
A little different strategy from Coco, not going for the front feeble, but opting for the front board.
And you know, when you completely just fail your entire run, there's a case to be made to throw that game plan out the window and do what you think is going to work. It might not be your best, but it's much better to stay on and get some flow going.
Absolutely, especially in this group format to qualify. You just got to beat out 2 people. That's it.
Nice backside tail on that bump to ledge. To finish it for Coco Yoshizawa from Japan.
It's a really good back tail. 2.9. So improving, but not getting out of the basement.
But now, within a point of Rose. Just needs to work her way up into the top 3. Yumika Oda in 2nd place. Starting again with the frontside crook. Ooh, front feeble goes to sideways front board, but making it. Solid.
Switch flip getting away from her.
So a couple of falls for Yumika on her 2nd run.
That front crook's a new one for her. Adding it to her bag of tricks. But still has the 5.3 to fall back onto. Still sitting in 2nd place.
So Chloe, with a comfortable lead going into her 2nd run. That's skateboarding.
It's always the things, it's always the easy things, right? You're not
Really
expecting
is.
it.
That's when you get hurt, too.
100%.
So Chloe can already be thinking about what is she going to do in the single trick section for her 3 scores. But it's so fun to watch her skate because you don't know what she's going to do. She's not somebody who does the same run over and over and the same tricks. She's just got so much talent, so many options.
Yeah, it's kind of a free run for her here.
It's funny when the pressure is completely off on a run like that. Sometimes it's harder to put it together, right? Like your focus strays a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, she's sitting in first, has a big lead. She already landed the run she wanted to make. And she comes through under pressure almost every single time.
There is Rayssa Leal standing by. She'll be skating in group number 2. Yeah, we said Raissa's the one always standing in Chloe's way.
Ooh, board all the way into the stands.
Could be dangerous if you're on the other side of that wall. There's her dad. Is he a rugby player? Australian rules football?
I think he was, huh?
Top 3 skaters of this group will advance into tonight's final at 6:30 p.m. Paris time. Coco in for her first trick.
Went tech on the bump to ledge. No slide, shove it behind.
So a skater gets 2 lines, 5 single trick attempts, and 4 scores count. They could all come from single tricks, or 3 of them from single and 1 line score.
And Coco's gonna need definitely 4 single score tricks to pull through, but that was a great start. 4.3.
Rose Wetsloot from the Netherlands next in. Hanging on to the front blunt on the bump to ledge. All right, let's compare and contrast a front blunt versus a nose slide 270 shove.
Yeah, front blunt is definitely a lot scarier. A lot more can happen with your wheels sliding up top on the ledge. The wax has to be right. You can kind of see how she power slid out. Sometimes the wax stays on your wheels. When you land, it can get a little swirly. But the shove it is more tech. I personally think front blunt's a better, harder trick, which the judges do as well, getting a 5.0.
Paige Hine. Now
Curious
down
to see
in fifth.
the route that she's gonna go here.
Switch front 50. It's becoming one of her signature moves with the switch front board and the switch front 50.
Yeah, she usually goes switch at the rails, but this bump to ledge is getting a lot of play early right now. Switch up, 50-50. She did it solid, but not, there's better spots I think she could have taken the switch 50.
3.2. Good enough for second place. But we're going to see a lot of movement on this leaderboard as skaters work through this format. Yumika going straight for the front feeble on that tall rail. So Sean, we're going to go with a front feeble is a little bit more of a basic trick, but she took it to a different spot on the course.
Yeah, definitely going at the rail, which is a lot harder to skate than the bump to ledge. And that rail is tall and mellow, which makes it a lot more difficult to get on top of it. You have to carry a lot of speed. And
Solid score.
5.6. The highest single trick so far.
Now, Chloe Cavell, highest run score by far. Oh! Classic Chloe. Just a controlled, casual back tail, and then big spin out.
Back tail, big spin. I'm curious to see the landing. It was a lot of pivot, but I couldn't tell if her foot hit the ground. Let's get this fisheye angle. Back tail, big spin. No. Yeah, that was it wasn't exactly how she wanted to do it, but she kept her feet off the ground, made it happen.
But you know, okay, so it was a little sketchy, but it would have been a bail for 99 out of 100 skaters because it wasn't perfect, but she's got that presence of mind to reel it in and make it.
6.9. Also, too, the way this course is painted to look like a clay court, I thought it was going to be grippy and sticky, but it actually is really smooth, and I thought the course skated really well.
Coco going for the big spin front board. Up next, the veteran, Rose.
I know Coco didn't land that, but that was a very promising try. That was close.
So Rose with the back tail.
Rose has skated a lot of contests. She knows the format. Back tail just to get another score on the board, keep her moving up the leaderboard.
But Rose has had many third place finishes in her SLS history, no wins. But that's the difference. You see, Chloe does the back tail big spin, Rose does the back tail.
Well, Rose will take third place right now, that's for sure.
Paige back in. Switch ollie down the set.
Yeah, that's pretty standard for Paige.
4.0. Yumika Oda, 18-year-old regular-footed from Nagoya. Consistency, 49%. It's not bad. Let's get it up to 50 right here. 48%. So back to Chloe. It's just fun to see what she's going to do.
It's also crazy seeing last year's footage. She grew a lot over the last year.
Oh! I thought she was going for the old frontside 50 kickflip. Nope.
Save that one for the finals.
Yeah. That was sick. Frontside 50-50 down that. It's a one kink. Backside 180 out.
Little cross down and pop the tail on the way out.
How do you keep your board from not flipping over halfway when you 180 out of a 50 grind.
Just got to keep that back foot solid. You can see she kind of scoops it out.
Bolts.
A lot of control.
.7.0. Chloe cruising right now. She just needs one more score to really lock it in. All right, Coco way down in 5th place. There we go. Perfect, just like you were talking about. One to show, one to go.
Yeah, that first try was perfect. Just a little adjustment to keep her body over her feet. Big spin front board. You can see that rail is tall. It's hard to get flat on the front board, but Coco did it perfect. Should be enough to get her into that 3rd spot.
6.9. Good enough for 2nd. Beautifully done. Now, Rose Wetslow sitting in 3rd. That's where you want to be. Top 3 to move on to the final. She's looking for her 4th score. That 9.1 doesn't matter that much. What matters is another score.
Yeah, most times when you skate handrails, you can go really fast and try to get to the bottom, but that rail is so long, a little tall and mellow, that no matter what, you're on the rail for an uncomfortably amount of time.
So average trick score for Paige, 5.8 with a 50% consistency.
Going for the switch flip. Like she needed a little more speed there.
So she'll have 2 more attempts to make that happen. Yumika trying to get out of the basement. Ooh. That'll do it. Only needs a 1.8 to move up into 3rd.
Kickflip back 5 on the bump to ledge. Look at this flick.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how you do it.
It's funny, in her run, she kickflip back 50, didn't miss her front truck, and then this time she just kept it off the whole time. Rocking the French Nike collab shirt.
7.1, great score. So Rose Zwetslow back down into 4th place. Chloe way up on top the leaderboard. Average trick score 7.3 with a 54% consistency. Crowd showing some love. Here we go. Oh, yeah, that's how you get it done. Chloe just warming up for tonight's final. Gap out 50 down that SLS centerpiece. That's where you're going to get the points.
By far the scariest spot on this course. And the first trick to go down, so let's see how it plays out. Bump over 50-50 on the skate replay. She locked on pretty high, too. It's not like she flew out there all that much.
Yeah, she had some rail to contend with.
Yeah.
7.3.
7.3 for a 50-50. That means that spot's going to score very high if you can upgrade from there. Haiso is probably watching that score pretty closely.
Coco Yoshizawa sitting in third place, needs a 4 to move up. All right, people are getting the idea.
Yeah.
So this is the 4th of 5 attempts in the single trick section. Skaters' top 4 scores count. Rose needs a 1.6 to move into third, but she's going to want a way higher score than that. She needs some breathing room. There we go. High speed backside board slide. How does that board slide through the kink compared to a gap 50?
Gap 50 is definitely scarier, but I will say that across down rail is probably a higher danger factor. If something goes wrong anywhere in the beginning part of that board slide, it's a bad slide.
5.6. I guess the difference being backboard is the most basic rail trick you can do.
That's the easiest trick you can do.
But good enough for second place. Paige coming in, needs a 6.3 to move into the top 3.
Had the speed that time, but missing the flick.
So the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, it's a battle right now. Ooh. Yumika leaving the door open there. With 1 attempt still to go, it's going to come down to the final tries to see who gets that 3rd spot. Chloe Cavell back in. Little warm up for tonight.
Yeah.
Testing it.
Definitely doesn't need that type of score, but
it's helpful to know what that score will be tonight when, you know.
Absolutely.
So before attempt number 5 here in single trick, we re-rack once more based on current standings. So Chloe will still be skating last, but this time Paige Hine will be first in. So the question will be, does Paige go back to this switch flip? A 6.3 or better moves her into the top 3.
I think these re-racks make so much of a difference of where you need to be, what tricks you need to do. The people that go last have a big advantage.
Yeah! Wow. That was a wild landing.
I think she clipped the last 2 stairs. But held on. Switch flip the set.
So the question is the switch flip worth a 6.3? And is that landing going to affect that score?
I think the switch flip is definitely worth the 6.3. Now, I don't know how much they're going to dock because that landing was definitely swirly. She clipped the last stair.
In this arena, they call that a foot fault. All right, we got our judges working that score. Kelly Hart, Billy Marks, Big Cat.
This is what's so hard. It's tough because she didn't fall off her board. There was no toe drag. It was just swerving, and her front foot was definitely wiggling pretty hard. It didn't level out quite as much as maybe these judges would like the switch flip to level out.
But flip tricks downstairs, we know they can go haywire, especially when they're switched 3.1. So, mega dock.
I'm gonna have to agree with the judges there. It was kind of mobbed, clipped.
So many round glasses happening. Coco Yoshizawa needs a 4.0 to move into the top 3. Oh, gap out, back lip. So, we saw Chloe.
Chloe got a 7.3 for a 50-50.
So it's safe to say.
Gap back lip. I mean, based on how they scored the 50-50, this could get into the club. Gap out, back lip is by far the gnarliest trick to go down so far in this early contest.
8.0. Coco moves into second place. Rose gets bumped to third, and now all the pressure is on Yumika Oda right now, who's in fourth place. She just needs to land her trick.
But this is why the re-rack matters so much. She needs a 0.3, but Rose, then it might be like too easy for Rose just to pass her up. So I think she's gonna need something a little higher.
Back tail.
We'll see how the math shakes out, but she's definitely going into the third spot. Leaves Rose in the driver's seat, though.
So Rose could just do the back tail. 3.7. Or Rose could go another route. Oh, so she needs a 7.3 now. Okay.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense for the back tail. 7.3 is a hard score to get.
Oh, she was going for it. So
Yumika had better math skills than us there.
she sure did.
Like I said, she's a veteran. She knew what she needed to do, so very smart by Yumika Oda. Unfortunately, Rose will be eliminated.
Chloe, final try. She's going to win this group.
It's kind of a good angle to see how tall and mellow that rail is, her standing next to it.
Opting out of the kickflip. We'll see her tonight in the final, along with Coco Yoshizawa and Yumika Oda. Rayssa Leal getting ready for her knockout group, round number 2. So women's final tonight, top 6 skaters out of the 2 groups. It's half full. Chloe Cavell taking group number 1, along with Coco and Yumika. They're in the final. Group number 2 is gonna be Rayssa Leal, Kate Oldenboving, Funa, Secret. We're gonna see a brand new SLS Pro take to the course. Now it's time to meet the skaters in knockout round group number 2. That's Kate Oldenboving from Utrecht. She's a ripper. You will see that momentarily.
one of my favorite skaters. She goes for broke every single time. Aoi Yuimura.
Next in will be Funa Nakayama. She's good to make almost every final. Still looking for her first SLS win, though. It's been elusive.
This is her first SLS ever. Secret Lynn, 17 from Gilbert, Arizona.
And Rayssa Leal, three-time defending Super Crown champion, tied with Nyjah Houston's streak. She's working her way towards another Super Crown final. So Kate Oldenboving, first in, group number 2. Her last Street League final was 2022 in Seattle. It has been too long. Ooh. Classy move, half cab, 1 foot up the Euro gap.
I talked to Kate for a little bit before the contest, and she liked the course. She said she was having a lot of fun. Kind of sounded like the buzzer went off.
All right, half cab, no slide to finish it. And a little big spin on the quarter pipe.
I like the back big spin on the QP.
I don't think we see enough QP tricks, to be honest.
We need more. Throw a little backside disaster in there every once in a while, you know?
Yeah, anything. A little Smith grind, a tail slide. Nice.
Barely getting up there on the no slide.
It's a tall rail.
Yeah, that's a tall rail.
There we go. Keeping it classy. What do the judges think? 3.7. In next, Aoi Uemura. She won the 2023 Sydney Select Series stop to work her way into SLS, and she is entertaining to watch. Like you said, Sean, she goes for broke.
Very entertaining to watch. That tries new tricks all the time, which is really cool.
Usually wearing those cow pants, but not today.
Opted for the hat instead. Oh, half cab heel.
Front 5-0. Time for one more trick. Well, she ran out of time. Heel flip up the Euro isn't going to count. Pretty solid run for Aoi.
Also, too, let's keep in mind there is a covering to the arena, but it's open air and it's a little chilly in Paris.
It really is. You could say even that it's freezing.
It's pretty cold.
But great lighting in here, I'll say that much.
Absolutely. What a great first run from Aoi. 4.8.
Yeah, you can see there's air between the roof and the top of the bleachers. So the wind comes swirling in. Funa Nakayama, famous for her front crooked grind, but good at many, many more tricks. Just getting it out of the way there.
Starting it off with the go-to.
She's been devoted to that shake jump grip too. I mean, that has been years now. She better be getting some solid royalties.
Definitely getting free grip tape.
she stay onto that? Backside heel.
Count it.
Shuffleophagus. Crook. Wind up. Out of time. The clay court got her.
I mean, also, she rides the loosest trucks out of anybody out here. Flawless line, but definitely swirly. Great score, 5.2.
Secret Lynn, coming out of Arizona. Ate breakfast at the same table with her and her dad today. She said she was feeling excited and nervous.
Understandable.
And she talked her way through this line, and it sounded pretty heavy. A lot of hard tricks in it. So let's see. There's the Ollie Impossible up the Euro. Oh, yep.
And her first street league, but she has skated other contests, so you know she does know how her nerves are gonna feel and
hanging on.
She has the tricks to do it.
Wow, front Smith sliding out.
Very, very close to a flawless run, but yeah, that's an impossible. That wrapped.
Sean, do you remember the first time you dropped into a street league run?
I did. Fortunately for me, it was the first time anybody has dropped into a street league run, so I was a part of the very first contest ever, so we were all trying to figure it out together, but nonetheless, it was one of the scariest times of my life, especially there's nothing that can prepare you for an arena stop if you've never done it. It's a completely different feeling.
So Secret with the 4.5, and then Rayssa Leal in next. Yeah, it would be hard to drop in knowing that the next skater in is Rayssa, although I'd rather drop in before Rayssa than after. Let's put it that way.
100%.
Back tail just to start things off. Coming back with the back Smith. She got up on that rail like it was nothing.
Yeah, Rayssa, along with Chloe too, they both have a lot of pop. You can see how big that tray flip was.
Making it look really, really, really easy.
It's just the level is different of how Rayssa can keep her speed up. How she's able to overpower a lot of these spots on the course.
She looked like she was skating at not even 50% effort-wise.
That was very, very easy for her. And easily going into first place. I mean, look, up and over on that backsmith, dipped perfect. And then we saw this in the single tricks in the last group, but Rayssa taking it to the runs.
Yeah, that's how you handle the first run. 7.9, just like that.
I would like to see that.
We're gonna get a chance down there in Sao Paulo, Super Crown final. All right, Kate, back in for her second run.
There we go. Fakey big spin, upgrading it from the 1 foot.
Yes. Board slide, big spin out. Setting up fakie, half cab nose slide.
That was a solid run. She upgraded a few things. Got the board slide, big spin out. Crazy, we've seen 2 board slide big spins on that in this group.
So Kate is going to be trying to move into the top 3. 5.2 does it. Puts her up into second place. Funa getting bumped down into, nope, it's a tie right now. Tie for second between Kate and Funa. Now Aoi back in. Boost in the back 180 up the Euro gap just to start. Trying to bump it up, coming off at the end.
Yeah, especially missing that half cab heel. She would need something real special to get past that 4.8.
So Aoi is going to stay in 4th place, look to single tricks.
Other than Rayssa, it's really tight between 2nd and 5th. What, 0.7?
Funa Nakayama.
Let's see if Funa can break out of that pack.
Nobody taking any huge chances in this group right now, but there was a very nice back heel up the Euro. Funa coming off on the front tail. Squeezing in a heel flip just to get some final points out of that line. So Funa tied with Kate for 2nd place. So no improvement on her 2nd run. They'll have to look to single tricks as the tiebreaker. SLS rookie Secret Lynn in for her 2nd run of 2. Clean or Ollie Impossible up the Euro. So
such a hard trick to have down like that.
She has 2 siblings, Heaven and Meadow. So Great names across the board.
Heaven, Meadow, and Secret.
I bet they're tuning in. Hey, kids. Clean kickflip. She's got some loose trucks too, huh?
It looks like it, that's for sure.
Oh, no! Coming off on the front Smith again.
Still not that far back. You know, I know she's in last place, but she's a trick away from being in the second.
And as we always talk about in the basics, you can take a line score through to the final score, but you don't have to. So if you want to bust out 4 hammers and single tricks, have at it. No count. Final skater. Take a look at that. Consistency in the line section, 90%. Average line score, 5.9. I'm shocked it's not higher.
Yeah, it seems a little low. But she does have a 9 in a line.
So, backsmith again, big 360 flip.
Upgrading already.
Shoelace. That's the worst.
Yeah, that's so annoying, but I don't think anything's phasing her right now. She going backside 80 switch front crook right there? Kind of looked like it. Which I like. She's trying new tricks outside of her comfort zone. She has a 7.9 to fall back onto. Went for the nollie flip up the Euro. We don't see that from her very often. And I believe she was going for that backside 180 switch front crook too. Which would be very dangerous if she learned both of those down.
Could it get any more dangerous? So you are watching the women's knockout rounds here from Paris. Rayssa Leal up on top in group number 2. Stick around for single tricks coming up. Well, Secret, first ever SLS. She's got great friends on the course. That obviously helps a lot.
Yeah, I mean, we just saw that between Rayssa and Felipe Mota. It sounds like Secret and Chloe Cavell have that friendship too.
Nice choice. Front 180, fakie grind.
Big flip up the Euro.
That could work too.
Yeah, I don't know which one's harder. Let's see how the truck's locked in here. 180.
Was that going to be a 180 nose grind or no?
I think she was going for the 50-50. I personally like 50-50 better. To finesse both trucks on there instead of one. Like, I get technically maybe the 180 nose grind might be harder, but it's a cool looking trick. 180, fakie 50-50. 3.5. I think the front truck didn't lock in till a little later, which probably docked her some points there.
So Uemura in for her first of 5. Straight to the big rail.
Smart. Got to see how that spot scored in Group 1. And it did really well, so.
Yeah, the gap 50 counted for a 7.
And the gap back lip was an 8, so this has to be somewhere right in between there. Imagine in that 7.5 range.
Seven.
I think the gap 50, you know what? I could say a round rail, maybe a gap 50 is a little scarier than a gap lip.
Yeah, and you got to aim a little more precisely.
Especially on that, like, the bump kind of boosts you up. So you're coming down on top of the rail. Lip slide's a little easier to control.
Funa coming in. Front tail, big spin, fakie, double hand drag.
2 hands on the ground, but it's a make. Cool trick though, front tail, big spin out. 1. Nope, 2. Still rode away with speed.
We know our judges, though.
Yeah.
Oh, they really, really don't back that hand drag.
That actually might work in her favor, though, because she can go back to it now that they counted that as a full-blown bail.
Kate Oldenbobing in. Half cab crook.
It's a sick trick. It's actually really impressive that she hops around to fakie after rolling into the Euro gap regular.
There's her dad. She's great at the half cab tricks. She can run those all day. There's Rudy Brewer. He's a Dutch skate coach. Runs a camp. Great guy.
Rudy Brewer.
Rude dog. All right. Rayssa. Average trick score is 7.2. That's more like it. It's interesting to see her try to shove it out of that trick. Because well, did she do the front blunt in a run? Because we can't repeat.
I don't think she did, no.
Right.
Backsmith and nose grind.
Right, she front blunted the gap to ledge, or the bump to ledge, so. You ever think like that as a skater, that you waste a land? That if you land a trick once, it's not that it helps you land it the next time, it's that you only had one land in you and now it's gone.
Like you wasted it?
Yeah. I don't know if that's normal, but I've had that thought many times.
Really making the most of this best trick section here. I don't know if you know this, but Matt Bennett is in the crowd today.
That was sick. I did, because I saw him riding a bike casually down the street yesterday. It's like, that's Matt Bennett.
and now we see the Bennett grind.
Who's more famous these days, the trick or the man? All right, Aoi had the 7 on her first attempt, a 6.3 on her second, and she is in the lead. Landed a little tiny bit tail heavy, but no problem.
No problem. Yeah, it didn't pop out quite like the first one, but definitely a lot cleaner of a make. Front tail, big spin out. Yeah.
Beautiful.
That was great. It's really easy for the truck to hit on the big spin around, so she did a good job clearing off the end.
7.0, great score. Funa up into second place. Oh, the Olympic rings tattoo. Kate skated in Paris Olympics. All right, needs a 7.8 to take the lead. Half cab nose slide. What happened?
Just a tall rail. Looked like she didn't quite get all of her body weight on top of the rail. A little bit of a saggy nose slide, but as we said, that rail is tall, especially going fakie.
All right, does Rayssa go back for the front blunt shove?
I would say yes. I know she doesn't have to, but she's so good at this trick. Oh, okay.
It is one of those things, though, when you're shoving the board, it's not that hard to shove it. It's hard to ride out of it many times, though, because just the smallest, if you come up a little short or shove it a little too hard, you know, but she's usually got it like that.
Yeah, but now she needs 3 makes in a row.
That's scary. Secret. Backside big flip. That is a tech move.
I think it's one of the harder flip tricks, especially going a bump to bump, landing fakie on a downslope like that.
Right, because it's like so typical to shoot off the front of the board, right? Like
yeah,
loop out.
Slip out super easy.
As crazy as her feet were, though, she rode out of it pretty clean.
Yeah, a little unorthodox looking, but 6.2.
Good enough to move Secret up into second place. Top 3 skaters in each group advance to the final. Each skater trying to put 4 strong scores on the board. Howie, current leader. Beautiful. Gap back lip. And we've seen her run that trick for a couple of years now, but it's looking a lot more polished.
Absolutely. Sometimes Howie can get a little loose, could look a little sketchy, but you can see her control just gaining a lot more power. Celebrating before she came off the rail.
Wow. 8 even.
Now, if I was Rayssa's manager, I would strongly recommend she goes that route. Let's do a couple of her basic tricks on that bump to rail and make sure she gets in that top 3 spots.
Funa with a consistency of 45% in the single trick section. Where does she go from here? Let's check it out. Proper front nose blunt on the gap to ledge.
Very sick. She's been trying nose blunt slides too, and it hasn't been working out for her in previous stops, but that was clean. Up and over. Yeah, that was a perfect nose blunt slide. Almost slipping out from the wax on the wheels, but that's just, nose blunts do that sometimes. So I don't think that there's going to be any dock of score.
6.4. Funa in second. Secret in third. And Rayssa Leal way down there in fifth place with all the pressure on her. Kate trying to make it back into the top three.
Curious on how the judges are going to score this, because half cab nose is a pretty hard trick on there, but she did come out early and it was very on the side.
A 3.9 is good enough for now to move her into third, and a 4.1 does it.
Yeah, I think if she slid to the end of the rail and got on top of that a little better, it would have been a lot higher than a 4.1. All right, here we go.
So I would say it comes down to this for Rayssa, but her scores, she can score such high tricks, she could potentially bail one more, but man.
I mean, this front blunt shove should get her into third place just with 2 scores alone, if she decides to shove out again.
Okay, so usually a normal mortal would be out knowing they're not going to get 4 scores, but if she steps it up for her 4th and 5th tries, there's still a chance for sure she could break into the top 3, but she's not making it easy on herself. Next in, Secret Lynn. Just needs to make something. She'll break back into the top 3.
That was an awkward bail.
Current leader. So Aoi has 4 scores on the board. She's going to be pretty much locked to make it into that 6-skater final tonight. She needs to finish in the top 3 here in this group. Funa Nakayama needs a 7.6 to take the lead.
Yeah, this re-rack's going to get interesting.
Half cab nose slide 270. Coming off of a half cab nose slide on the rail, now taking it to the bump to bar and finishing with the 270. Do the judges dock that score at all because it's similar?
I think so. I mean, it's every trick has been a half cab in so far, which wouldn't be that big of a deal, but there's been 2 half cab no slide variations, which it's getting a little repetitive, and I think judges want to see a little more variety. 4.3, that's even a higher score than I thought it would get, but nonetheless, sitting in second place.
So, 3-time defending Super Crown champ, Rayssa Leal.
Changing her approach.
Fails the gap back lip. And that guarantees she's not going to make final.
That's it. Wow.
I don't know that we've seen that ever.
No.
So now we're getting ready to re-rack.
And a rare case of re-rack, Rayssa's gonna go 2 times in a row.
Yeah, that's wild. First in, Rayssa Leal, and then current leader, Aoi Uemura. Last try. Here in the final attempts, women's knockout round. Group number 2 of 2. The top 3 skaters are going to move on to tonight's final, which will be at 6:30 p.m. Paris time. All right. Rayssa obviously not happy. Still getting the crowd psyched here. Gap back lip. Too little, too late. No matter what, best she can do is 4th place. Doesn't matter what that score is, really.
Very, very rare for Rayssa to go 1 for 5 in the single trick section. You know, in hindsight, obviously has the front blunt shove. Very consistent, it just wasn't working today, but it's almost like she should have started with the bump to bar and ended with the front blunt shove in case she needed to pivot.
So it'll be a rare final for Chloe, skating not against Rayssa. So a really good chance for Chloe to take another win here in Paris. But what a story here. Secret Lynn, 4.5 gets her in the top 3. She doesn't get it.
A little bit of a learning curve for Secret too. Going for the lip slide shove it. Definitely didn't need that big of a score.
So the last 3 skaters to go here in the second of 2 knockout rounds are already locked into tonight's final. Funanaka Yama, 7.6, moves her into the lead and a better starting position tonight. She doesn't get it.
She doesn't get it, and it doesn't matter. Still going to the finals.
Oh, another fakey trick. Fakey big spin nose slide this time. Not getting it. Maybe we'll see that tonight. Aoi practicing for tonight. Not happening.
So it is set. Women's finals. Top 3 for the second knockout round.
Based on both knockout rounds, Sean, it's all Chloe Cavell.
Chloe by far dominated this qualifying. But you never know. All you got to do is make it to the finals, and It looked like Aoi had some more in the tank as well, so we'll see how everybody upgrades to catch that top Chloe score.
So the women's final tonight is going to look something like this. Top 3 skaters from each knockout round. Chloe Cavell, Koko Yoshizawa, Yumika Oda, Aoi Uemura, Kate Oldenboving, and Funa Nakayama. So 4 Japanese skaters versus Chloe and Kate.